Feliz lunes! Happy Monday. Welcome to another edition of Bobby's Popcast. We're getting into all the cool things that happened over the weekend. So I hope you have a good Monday. Brace yourself. The juice is fresh and we're going to get into it. Can you hear that? It sounds like construction, but my wife is actually pounding chicken for dinner later. So bear with me. This is a home podcast. For its second weekend out, Captain America Brave New World made another $28 million, so it is definitely over that $100 million mark. And coming in a close second, kind of close second, was The Monkey, produced by James Wan, Stephen King Short, Osgood Perkins. I will say this, if you go see The Monkey, there is a bonus credit scene, and I don't want to ruin it for you, but it sets up another film that comes from the Neon Osgood Perkins franchise. The Monkey had everything. Had creative death kills, had suspense, a toy monkey, twins. It was so good. It was definitely my favorite movie of the year so far. Well, according to Online Betting Guide, they say that Miley Cyrus and Chappell Roan are the favorites to play the 2026 Super Bowl halftime show. So we'll see what happens. Once again, nothing's been officially offered, but if I were the smart betting man, I would go with Miley Cyrus because she's got more hits, and who doesn't want to hear flowers at a football game? This is absolutely crazy. Amazon has assumed creative control over the James Bond franchise, and now Jeff Bezos has gone to social media, and I should probably do my Jeff Bezos impersonation because he sounds a lot like this. Jeff Bezos is asking people on social media who should be the next 007. The next installment is probably years away, but a lot of fan favorites are probably saying like Theo James, who's currently in The Monkey, or also Henry Cavill, which I could see both. So we'll see what happens. But if Jeff Bezos is in creative control, I'm kind of like, ooh, I don't think that's a good idea. These are historic times and unprecedented times with politics and people being dynamically driven with what's going on, and it's heavy. That's why on the Popcast we don't really talk about that stuff. We just want to talk about the fun stuff, the pop culture stuff, the stuff that makes you laugh or that you're interested in. But this involves a celebrity who's kind of in the hot water right now. Zachary Levi, you know him as probably Shazam. He's been in a slew of other things. He says he's not worried about losing his career over the support that he's shown for President Donald Trump. Quote, "If the world goes off a cliff, what does it matter?" So I don't think we'll be seeing Shazam 3. Or will we? Can I have a squirrel moment? So Shazam 2 had the coolest thing, which was unicorns, and they were really like dark and scary. And I found out that the director, Andy Muschietti, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, he's the one who directed It Part 1 and Part 2 with Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise the Clown. He also did the Shazam movies, and I love how he sprinkles in horror into like what a superhero franchise should be. Here's a weird story that I can't understand completely. Nicolas Cage's ex-girlfriend Christina Fulton is suing him because their son, that they share together, Weston, allegedly beat her up. Christina claims that Nick enabled Weston instead of getting him the psychiatric help that he needs. I don't know how that works. I don't know what to say because I don't know what the right thing is, because if that's her own son hitting her, obviously that's horrible. You don't want that, but like, shouldn't she call the police, and why is she suing Nick? I don't get it. I love a good old BuzzFeed story because they are like known for doing weird things like tell us what your favorite kind of bread is and we'll let you know what religion you should be practicing. I digress. So they came up with this story. They said if you got trapped in an elevator, the odds of being with a celebrity are very, very slim. But let's just pretend. Let's go down pretend land. Over at BuzzFeed, they came out which guys people would feel more comfortable with, famous guys, getting stuck in an elevator with. Who would you feel comfortable with? I'm just going to go right off the bat. I would say I'd feel very comfortable with Tom Hanks. I think I'd be very comfortable with like any of the Avengers characters, like Chris Evans, who played Captain America. Who's the other one? Thor. Chris Hemsworth. All the Chris's. Anyway, I'd be comfortable with all those guys. According to BuzzFeed, though, running up the top 10-7, and I think this person at number 7 should be number 1 because I also love this person. I trust him implicitly. Keanu Reeves. I think he's such a good guy. Number 6, Jack Black. People would feel comfortable with Jack Black. Number 5, Brendan Fraser. He's another likable character. Number 4, Ke Huy Quan. I hope I said that correctly. He's phenomenal. And he's, once again, very chill, very awesome. Number 3, I have to agree with this one. I also like this guy because he's just super funny. He's a great actor, but he's also very funny on SNL. Pedro Pascal, I think he'd be really fun to be with. Number 2, Paul Rudd. Who doesn't love Paul Rudd? And number 1, my choice, Tom Hanks, Mr. Forrest Gump himself. He rounded out the list of which celebrity guys you'd feel the most comfortable with, lacking the creep factor being stuck on an elevator with. So, yep, my money's on Tom Hanks. Do some of my Tom Hanks for you. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. And there's one more. Lieutenant Dan ice cream. Lieutenant Dan ice cream. Wait, I got one more. Those girls tasted like cigarettes. Y otra vez, muchas gracias por another episode de Bobby's Podcast. That's how it sounded if I was on Sábado Gigante. No, thank you once again for watching another episode of Bobby's Podcast or listening if you're on streaming, because I am on Apple Podcasts. I'm on Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, wherever you stream your podcasts. But on visual formats, I'm on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. You can catch me anywhere. Once again, at Bobby's Podcast on all socials and streaming networks. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to say this once again. I love you and appreciate you. Monday is just a day. It's Sunday's hangover, but you'll get through it. And I want to throw this out there. We still have no sponsor for this video or this podcast. So if you or you know somebody who'd be interested in partnering with Bobby Adon from Bobby's Podcast, let me know, because we can make something happen. I would be basically a band ambassador. If I was on the radio, I'd recut this. I would be a brand ambassador for your small business, and I would do much better with that. And I've been known to do some jingles. Ask my friends at Elevated Views. I did Elevated Views. I can come up with a jingle for your business. Just give me a shot. Thank you once again.